I want to go get a block of land and do it. I've got no funds. How am I going to make this happen? I thought back to how I did it in the first place when I did a house in Sydney. I just used my skills and my pretty face, so is how I made it happen. So what I actually did, I went and did a property developments course and learned how do property developments in the traditional sense of building properties do this. And to take a bit of a step back, probably about 2017, 2018, I worked with a guy and we actually set up an eco village where we worked together, split it up, helped him design, and because more people would always contact me, and I'm normally one of the first people contacted when you want to buy a block of land, because what's the most important thing you want straight away? Is power. Yeah, you want to be able to do stuff, build the property, so people want power. So I got involved in this project, and it was like, what he said to me, the plan was, we want 8 dwellings on this property, so we're going to split it up, and we're going to put all these 8 properties, put these 8 houses on. So we worked out, we did the design, big mainframe design of, and this guy's actually a pretty famous permaculture designer. We did a design of how we're going to do this, how we're going to supply everyone's power, who can share the resources, so we worked out how to do all that sort of stuff. And then a few years went by, I got busy, we had COVID and all that sort of stuff come through, and then towards the end of COVID, we still kept in contact, but we got back together more about the project. And it was pretty much when I started doing this property developers course, and we worked out when we finished that project and finalised that project off, what had happened, we actually realised that Jeff had done exactly what traditional property developers have been doing. He got the property, added value to it, and then sold off. So he split it up, got all the shares, and he sold all the property off. So that helped him fund, by pre-selling the property, it helped him fund, he had to build a driveway before the DA and everything would be approved. There's a few other things that had to be done. But how we did it, we pre-sold the property to raise the capital, because we had to put like 200 metres of tar road down. That was $250,000. I'm going to tell you how traditional property developers do this and how what we've been doing in the off-grid world. And I've actually been working in a project right now. We haven't got the money in the bank, but it's so close. Like, I was so hoping to get down here and go, we've got the money in the bank to tell the story, but we don't. So, you know, it is what it is. But I've got a project in the Dominican Republic. So randomly, me and this guy met on Facebook, and yeah, told him what I've been doing, and he wanted to buy this land. So, you know, he's paying me to help consult, to help him get this land for free, which is pretty cool. So what traditional property developers do, who's ever heard of a property option or options? Understand how they work? Yeah? So an option's pretty simple, an agreement, and I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, where you and I have a conversation. We'll say a landowner, we find a big block of land, and we say to the landowner, say, hey, look, we want to buy your property off you right now, but I want 2 years before I can pay you. So what traditional property developers do, they'll find a really good block of land they know they can get developed and get approved, and I'm going to teach you how they cheat and make that happen. So they go do a deal with a landowner and say, hey, look, because let's be honest, if a block of land you can put 1 house on it, how valuable is it? But if you can put 100 houses on it, how valuable is it? It's a lot more valuable. So this is what traditional property developers do. They go around, find the bit of land that they want to do and work with that owner and say, hey, look, we'll give you more money. Because just think about it from a financing point of view. If you had to get a bank loan, what are you going to be paying for 2 years before you get your DA and stuff approved? Paying interest. So what traditional property developers do is say, hey, we will give you an extra 100, 200, whatever the numbers are. They give them more money, but we want time. Does that make sense? Yeah? So then what the property developers do, they go in, do their work, do their due diligence, and they work out, okay, how do we get this DA approved and get approved so we can put 100 houses on it? And then once they get their 100 houses approved, they then pay the customer, or sometimes they do pre-sales. Who's ever seen all the big advertisements, this land development's pre-sales? Guess what? They've got no money. They're going to take your money to buy that bit of land. Does that make sense? Yeah? So can you see how this sort of stuff works if you're looking at traditional property development? The other really good thing about an option for you is just say you say to the person that's got the block of land, say, hey, look, I'm going to give you $1,000 to give me 2 years to try and raise the funds and make this happen and get this approved. So what happens at the end of that 2 years? What happens if you haven't pre-sold, done everything? You lose $1,000 and you can walk away.